And sound. How is sound? Sound good? I did a test run. I don't do readings about other people without their permission. We can take a moment and try to tap into their higher selves, but these readings, my work is predominantly about the shift, about the awakening, about Christ consciousness, 5D consciousness, and preparing yourself and the world to move forward, letting go, let go. Light beings. Now, I have had a lot of confirmation, twinges and glimmers, and there's definitely contact going on, manifestation. This to me looks like a massive ship. Light beings. And the letting go, the sword of truth, releasing the outcome or the appearance of what you think is to be or is to come. Now, if you're attracted to this, I'm hoping you're in your awakening, aware of what that means. Oh, divine animals. I've never received this card. I've been following some QHHT channelings where they can tap into the subconscious or the higher self, beings who have passed, ascended masters, our galactic family. And as I've said before, if this life that we're experiencing together is the movie, then they are observing the movie. So they can see all its moving parts at once. And even though it's still subjective to the observer, color, fascinating, divine animals and color. They have an overall view that we don't have. We're seeing our little parts, and they're seeing all the working parts, but it's still about an 85% accuracy across the board, even with all the different perspectives that they're getting information from. Okay, this is knowing nothing has gone wrong. We had soul contracts coming into this life. We are here to help assist humanity shift into a higher state of consciousness. Thousands and thousands of years ago, Earth was supposed to have been a utopia, a mecca, a vacation spot for all these different types of beings to come together collectively and expand their infinite experience. It was not meant to be restriction and law and rule and taxes and cruelty and weird, painful stuff. But then we are everything because we are all aspects of the one thing. So we can't say they're bad and we're good or vice versa because it all exists. But this has gone on far too long. It was supposed to have been an experience, not 250 or 480,000 years of darkness, restriction, greed, and a veil from the truth of the fullness of who we are. Nourish, Mother. So from what I understand, Mother Gaia her soul is leaving this planet. But I don't know that for certain. I know that we're at a fork in the road. right now, whether she is planning to stay or go. And the 5D consciousness, animals, flora, fauna, people are transferring with her to Nova Gaia. The other option is the Great Shift in December will help to transform this earth and these people and help many awaken. But there are so many that will be shaken by the mere option of this reality that the civil unrest could be a really it could be problematic. We have the divine feminine, restoring balance to the divine feminine for a very long, oh wow, and then the divine masculine to follow. So that balance returning. This is 5D consciousness, the balance between. In the years of pagans and Hermeticism, Gnosticism, it was very feminine influence. And then we went into Christianity dominance and religious and political dominance. And that was the masculine influence predominantly ruling the planet. And 5D Christ consciousness is the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And it is time to nourish Mother Gaia with balanced aspects of self. The inner work is finding that balance within again. And I have wholeheartedly left everyone and everything behind and went on a soul journey last year and found myself 1,300 miles from home alone, and I have zero regrets. I feel so much more connected to self and my light family. So the soul tree, the giving, the creation, the essence of life and living itself. I mean, this is a beautiful image of the God particle in my mind, although I'm all about sacred geometry. We got nourish, and then we've got the growth, and then we have movement forward. And this to me is very the manifestation into a 5D reality, into a higher realm, a higher state of consciousness, a state of balance, where we can thrive and create and love and experience a freedom that we could only guess exists. The moment we're born here, we are charged with forgetting who we are and then finding our way back through the rubble to remembering and reconnecting. Night wind. Facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. It is time to restore the balance. It's time to heal. It's time for that self-love. It is time. The shift is here. The shift is here, my friends. Next month, December, winter solstice. Soulcraft, us deliberately, collectively creating our reality, moving away from this 3D matrix of limitation and restriction, and creating deliberately a new reality for the fifth dimension, for love and laughter to thrive, not taxes and 9-to-5 jobs and cuticles. Channeling, we are all tapping into this right now. We are all becoming our own inner channels to our galactic family, tapping into the higher aspects of self and our many aspects in our soul family to get a bigger, broader understanding of the truth that lies beyond this 3D matrix. Okay. Moving into 5D. Now, QHHT channelings have kept me company when I felt floating and waiting and trying to be present and patient. Obstacles and challenges, overcoming those fears and ego what ifs, disbelief, not trusting and believing there can be more than what we have known, into fertility, into the blossoming and the birthing and the becoming of new and more. Creating a life. Look at this temptation. I would say temptation of the restriction versus freedom. We don't even know what freedom looks like, so it can be scary. Some of us, it's really difficult to change and transform and walk away from what we have known, whether it's comfortable or not, but it's known, into the unknown. And this is a time of finding within yourself that presence. So you are not only comfortable with the unknown, but you're excited about it. And the pain of accepting the conflict and defeat of the 3D, what it has done to our soul, our families, our energetic fabric in space-time across the cosmos, this life, this earth, what it has done energetically. We don't want it to spread. We want to leave it here. We want to nip it in the bud. And we want those of us who are ready to move on. Our partnerships and alliances. I love that he has some sacred tribal tattoos going on here. I say he, I don't know why. Because that looks like she, and I like that balance, male, female, but it's just the divine essence, not gender. So this is us partnering and aligning with the sacred, with what the ancients knew, what the ancient builder race left behind for us. People who took off in ships and have returned. I don't know if you've been following UFOs lately, but there is an epic amount of activity daily. I have friends and family and people I network with online who are posting accounts of what they're seeing left and right. Okay, so I have detachment and emotional withdrawal here. It's an 8 to me, and this person does not look distraught. He's got his namaste hands on, his toes are in the sand, he's by the water, the tide, the rising tide. That to me is a sacred, beautiful, happy space. This is releasing the 3D, emotional withdrawal from the 3D and trusting, finding that presence, that space, and that trust to continue into 5D, into a spiritual union with self, merging with higher aspects, merging with others and their higher aspects, and creating unification that we can only dream about in this matrix. And having harmony, experiencing harmony, creating a space within ourselves to be open to this with everyone, not just our intimate partner, but everyone, living this incredible beauty and honesty and integrity and intimacy with everyone is what we're striving for. Even hermits like me. So, solitude is now. This is solitude. And the new beginning is coming. And we're talking December. Winter solstice, December, the shift. The 11/11 we just passed, it had a massive solar flares. If you were absolutely wiped out and needed to sleep all day or wanted to, it's because you were getting a series of incredible, powerful, high light downloads from the Schumann resonance, as well as pulses from our galactic friends up assisting the sun in sending the light rays and frequencies for our bodies to acclimate. And what I understood last week in the messages was that when we feel dense and tired, like we're in a compactor and just can't do anything but lay down, and as our body's acclimating to high doses of frequency, and that as we are on the light ships, we couldn't even survive until we have been transformed. And those have been awakening and having all the downloads in their ears and realizing it's not tinnitus, that you're actually listening to variances in frequencies and getting downloads of different types through the resonance. People that have been going through this for a long time now will potentially be able to stay awake once we have boarded. But those who have not done any of the work, who are going to awaken upon the shift, they will sleep for most of the transport because they will be getting a big fat instantaneous dosage of what we've endured over the last year or more. Last several months specifically. I don't know for you when and if your ascension symptoms started taking place, sacred journey, along your sacred journey, the cycles of life and family and transformation. This is beautiful right now. Our journey upward. And it's darker, lighter. Here we are. We're coming into something unknown. And then like starward. It's uncolored, undefined. We're moving into the unknown. And it's part of our sacred journey to thrive and become beings of higher light frequency. Love, love, love. It's time for that love. Sacred journey of love and remembering the wholeness and fullness of who you are. I'm being compelled to tell you or to remind you, we all know this. We all know this information. Fearing leaving those behind. We are infinite beings. We have all known each other in different lives and will know each other again. I love this. The reflection. This is time of reflection. Look, the synchronicity. As above, so below. The reflection point. Starting in this lower density and working our way toward the light as we reflect and accept and transform and evolve into 5D beings, into a 5D density, 5-6. There are realms up to 12 from what I understand. Ascended masters are, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are going into 5-6. Those of us who have done lots of work here and have been helping, and I'm not including myself in that, because I was compelled for the last 6 months not to do any readings, but to do my inner work instead until today. The yin and the yang, the balance. I love that. The balance, and we're still within this pattern. Starting and ascending up into the light, into higher frequencies. Through balance of self, through the divine feminine, the divine masculine. Acceptance and love and forgiveness. It's all so important right now. That's the work. And it has to start with you accepting and loving and forgiving yourself. And then you can share that knowledge and that energy with others. But it starts with you. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I think I will be here several days a week from here until the shift happens. And be a guiding light or a hand or questions, whatever you might have, just some sort of assistance or beacon for those of us out in the world, not tethered to any specific support group. And hopefully we can find each other and help guide each other along the way into our ascension, into our new reality, into our 5D. So namaste. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for hanging out, and check back with me tomorrow or the next day. Thanks. Bye.